What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, the Spring Cup arrived in the Go Battle League, and while you can only use water, grass, and fairy types, it's actually a pretty diverse meta. There's a lot of different Pokemon you can use, but the one I wanted to showcase today is Shadow Victory Bell. This Pokemon, in the past, used to be one of the most degenerate Pokemon in the game, but luckily, now that it has Acid as a fast move, it's a lot more energy-focused, rather than just a fast move beatdown Pokemon. And today, I went on a 13-win streak with this team. I had a very fun time using it. I think Shadow Victory Bell is the best Pokemon in this meta, and pairing it up with Jellicent as well as Feraligatr seemed like a pretty strong choice. Real quick, before we get into the battles, I want to ask if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It does help out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the battles and see what Shadow Victory Bell can do. Alright, first game of the day, we're going to see Shadow Victory Bell into Shadow Galarian Weezing. Now, I would imagine this matchup is pretty good for Victory Bell the longer it goes on, just because I'm going to be able to do a lot of neutral damage to them, whereas they're only doing resisted fast move pressure here. However, they are likely on Brutal Swing as a coverage move, which gives them just a little bit better pacing than I have, which is a little bit sad. It means that they can probably win the 2-shield matchup just straight up like that. But I'll shield this up anyway, just guarantee that if they do have access to Sludge or Overheat, that I don't get one shot here. And they do actually Sludge us, which is nice that they don't bait us, I suppose. I don't think a Leaf Blade is quite enough to knock out just yet, so I'm going to overfarm a little bit here. And, I mean, at this point, Victory Bell with this amount of energy is hopefully good against the backline. We'll have to see, though. I haven't really looked into this meta too much. I don't know what is even, like, good in the Spring Cup. I just saw that Victory Bell was pretty strong, so I was like, you know, let's give that a go. I haven't really tried that out in a while. I'd honestly like a shield here. I wouldn't be mad with that. But they do let that go. Alright. Well, what's going to come in here? Hopefully something that can take a Leaf Blade. Not really, actually. They bring in Seeking. I can Leaf Blade this. And I think the play is actually going to be just build up a little bit more energy so maybe I can outpace something later on. But then maybe just come in with my Jellicent here, force them to go for drill runs into us. And then I guess we'll see what's in the back. I don't know. Likely a drill run coming through, but they could be on like Icy Wind Mega Horn. Okay, no, it is drill run, so that will do a little bit more raw damage to us than I'd like. But that's fine. We've done a decent amount of fast move pressure here against them. There's a chance Shadow Ball plus Hex damage could just knock them out over time. And there's also a chance it's like their own Jellicent in the back. I could see that if they're staying in this matchup, right? Oh, that just knocks out. That's amazing. Yep, and hello, Jellicent. That is exactly what I thought would be back there. So we can go for the Shadow Ball here. Doesn't quite one-shot them, but if we're being honest, this is going to basically put them into Acid down range. We might not even need our Feraligatr this match. They're at 4, 5... Yeah, okay. We didn't need it, but I mean, maybe they could have forced us to show it if we ended up getting Surf knocked out on our Victory Bell. But that is so fine. That's a great way to start out the day. Next opponent, let's see if Victory Bell can keep it going here. Victory Bell into Gourgeist. Alright, not my favorite lead matchup, but I mean, it's not like my water types in the backline don't have ways to fight against this thing. And so I'm going to just switch into my Gator here. We bait out a Lantern, which is kind of what we need to do. And I have Crunch, right? It's not quite as completely one-sided as it would be if I was just running Ice Beam Hydro Cannon. If I get a Crunch debuff especially, I'm pretty happy. No debuff. 7, 8, 9. Okay. They likely Thunderbolt us here. I think I can get a shield down, and getting at least one shield down here would be pretty nice, potentially. Nice, so they're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have a Surf right now. But they're still, like, 1 away. Actually, are they at a Surf? I don't even remember. Maybe they're not. Oh, we get a shield there, though. 7. Okay, and that was a CMP. I'm going to undercharge this quite a bit, if I'm being honest. I feel like I don't need the energy as much. Or I don't need the damage here. I'd rather have them just dump all their energy into us and get a bit of an acid farm down. Honestly, maybe I should have done a little bit more damage here, because it's going to be a little bit of a hard acid down. But that's fine. Because Victory Bell does wall the energy here, no matter what. Yeah, they do get a Surf, so I should have charged a little bit higher there. I thought they were going to go maybe for a Thunderbolt against our Feraligatr, but I misplayed a little bit. I will admit. Okay, we survived that Incinerate. We'll just go here for the Sludge Bomb, which guarantees a shield from them, right? And, I mean, I guess if it doesn't, then we're just going to get a lot of damage off with a Sludge Bomb. Oh my goodness, okay. We're just like one more move away as well from reaching a Leaf Blade, so that's pretty nice. I think they can try to go for a Seed Bomb here, but 2 Hexes should knock out, so I don't think they get to another one. They come in with a Shadow Tentacruel. Oh boy. I think Shadow Payback would be enough. I saw the Poison Water typing, and I was going to say, I think I survived a Payback. I don't know if I survived the Shadow Payback, though. I think this might just be a little bit too much for us. Unless for some reason they're not running it. Let's see. 9, they're at the Payback. This is going to hurt quite a bit here, not going to lie. But there's still a chance, you know, there's always still a small chance this game. Oh, we actually do survive that. Do I ever get a Shadow Ball? Please! No! Oh, man. I can get a Leaf Blade here, but, like, I don't think that's going to knock out. Jellicent just not bulky enough to be able to withstand that payback from the Shadow. Yeah, they just acid us down. That's actually so tragic. We got RPS'd pretty hard this game. We almost came back, though. Like, I feel like this team, like, if that was not a Shadow Tentacruel, honestly, I think we would have won this game pretty easily, actually. So, I'm honestly not that disappointed with how that one went. Okay, Mystic Matt, let's see what he has for us today. Shadow Victory Bell into Shadow Victory Bell. All right. Well, this is going to be a very neutral matchup where I'm going to go for acids, they're going to go for acids, and we're going to see if they have acid spray, which could debuff me. But I'm just going to go for Leaf Blade, obviously. I mean, at this point, if they no-shield this, I can probably just shield and farm down. Because while this is resisted by grass and poison, it's still going to do a lot of damage, right? Yeah, look at that. I'm going to go for the shield here. I'm kind of surprised they no-shielded that, actually, because that could have been a Sludge Bomb. Then they would have gotten nothing out of this Pokemon. They do shield. Okay. In comes an Empoleon, and I get my Jellicent against it, which is the best possible spot I could be in with my Jellicent against, like, most things in the meta. Especially down shields, right? Like, down shields normally, Jellicent doesn't have a lot of play into a lot of different things, but Empoleon's one of the few Pokemon here that it's honestly not that bad. They're at 9, so they have another Drill Peck after one more Metal Sound. Let's see if they're going to go for a shield here. I wouldn't mind a shield, but I'd be kind of surprised, yeah. 10, so 5, so 0 after this. Let's try to go for 3 into a Surf. I think that's not a bad play. Although they might be able to catch if I overfarm that much. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. So we sniped this down. We have a little bit of energy here. We might be able to reach a Shadow Ball or a Surf against their backline. Whatever they might have. If Victory Bell comes back in, I think I switch my own in. Okay. We swap here because they're going to try to catch. Nice. So we save that Shadow Ball. We have a Leaf Blade here, and I think we just get to 2 Leaf Blades plus a Shadow Ball, and that should be game. I think so, at least. Big Leaf Blade, do we get a shield on this? I would imagine so. It's a Leaf Blade. That's going to hurt quite a bit. Yeah. And now we're probably going to get a second one here, because, I mean, they're hoping they can farm us down, but Victory Bell is such a spammy Pokemon with Acid. Back in the day when it ran Razor Leaf, really slow Pokemon, right? But it's like, literally you get 2 moves for what you used to get 1 for, which is insane. Yeah, we get the Shadow Ball here. Once again, maybe Feraligator's not required, but we'll see if this actually knocks out. I don't know if we've done enough damage yet. Okay, so Feraligator does need to come in here. It'll be a cameo appearance, though, because we don't really need it to do much. Nice. Alright, next battle. Let's see what you can see here. Victory Bell into... not Shadow, regular Galarian Weezing. Okay. Well, this one's a little bit less easy to completely degen through, right? Because my acids aren't going to do as much damage, although, honestly, they're doing about as much as they seemed to in that last matchup. That's a sludge, right? Like, guaranteed sludge, but I'm going to shield this up anyway. I feel like it's not a bad play. Yeah, they do sludge us here. I know I'd survive that, but, like, I don't think I want to take the risk that, like, they can farm us down after, because Victory Bell's pretty squishy, so I want to guarantee what I can with this Pokemon. Yeah, they do no-shield that, but I have a second one ready to go. So we can get a shield here, potentially. Or maybe if they don't want to invest in Weezing, they could just let this go. I would be fine with that, though. Okay, they actually do let it go. Interesting. Well, what's in the back? Another Seeking, okay. Well, I mean, I guess I just go for a shield here with a Leaf Blade. And then I should probably just switch out again, right? I liked when I swapped into my Jellicent here. Because after the acid damage, we saw that 1 Shadow Ball is enough to knock out. And I can preserve my Jellicent, or my Victory Bell, rather, if I need it. Which I think, honestly, if they come in Seeking, what are the odds of another Jellicent in the back? I could see it very much being a possibility. Drill Run doesn't quite two-shot us either. I think Shadow Ball is, like, unresisted into 99% of this meta, so pretty safe just to throw it here. Which is what we will do. They likely go for a shield on this. Yeah. But I don't even get knocked out by the next Drill Run here, so I can no-shield that. And I can force him in a really awkward spot. where I think now they're going to have to throw all of their energy, because they can outpace us just barely here. It's only going to take 5 pecks for the third drill run, so they're at it like right about now. Oh, well, I guess they don't throw it. They forgot how much energy I had. Well, that's pretty good. So I have a shield advantage. I have my Jellicent. That probably is not going to get much else done this game. But I also just have my Shadow Victory Bell here, which can get to a Leaf Blade. Honestly, maybe I should have come in for Alligator, but I know that for Alligator doesn't get one-shot by a Shadow Ball anyway, and I bet a Shadow Leaf Blade does more damage than a Crunch would. Well, I mean, that's not even like a question, right? There's no way a Crunch does that much damage. But, yeah, we're fine. They're not even at back-to-back Shadow Balls. And I have a shield, so we just Shadow Claw down. You know, for Alligator really hasn't done much today. It's just, like, come in to, like, Shadow Claw things down for, like, 2 seconds, but that's all it really has needed to do, which is kind of crazy. Alright, next opponent. Will for Alligator get any play in this game? Actually, maybe. I don't love staying in here, if I'm being honest. Because, well, I do have super effective Acid. They have super effective Peck, right? So, I'd have to waste my Jellicent pretty early on here. So I'm going to actually catch a Psyshock on my Feraligatr. They could go for an Aurasphere if they're insane, but I don't think they do that. So we save a Leaf Blade. Oh my goodness, they actually Aurasphere. Okay, so I guess they are insane. Oh, but they come in Jellicent, which is not really an answer to Crunch Feraligatr. I'm going to go for the Crunch here on good timing, just to make sure I don't give them any extra energy if I can help it. Really surprised to see them go for that Aurasphere. I guess I am squishy, right? They're probably expecting a shield either way. But, like, what if I would have caught? 6, 7... Okay, so they're at back-to-back Surfs here. I think that's what they're going to go for, so I don't really want to shield this up. Yeah. I'm going to go for the Hydro Cannon, because I would much rather win Switch here. If I can. That sounds like a good idea. Big Hydro Cannon. I mean, a shield would also be fine with me, but yeah, no, they don't go for that. They do let that go. In comes the Togekiss once again. And now Jellicent can get aligned in this matchup, and hopefully put in some work here. Okay, that's only 5. That's, like, guaranteed only Psyshock. So I can no-shield this. And they're in Surf range at this point, too. The fact they're staying in here kind of makes me wonder what's in the back. I no longer am wondering what's in the back, because we see it here. It's a Swampert, which doesn't really want to take Leaf Blades, if I had to guess. Swampert's not really great into Jellicent either, but they could be on Earthquake. But, I mean, a Hydro Cannon knocks us out from here no matter what. But that's fine. I think we're in a pretty good spot no matter what this game, even if they catch, right? Because either way, I need to knock out both the Togekiss and the Swampert, so... I mean, it doesn't really matter where my charge moves go. I think a Leaf Blade knocks out either, and I think a Shadow Ball does, too. Especially after the acid damage. They're getting into Shadow Ball range. Wow, honestly, like, can we just talk about how good they are at counting right now? That is remarkably precise counting by them here. Gotta give them credit where credit's due. And they do go for the catch, which, as I said, is fine by me. I can go for the Leaf Blade here. Might not be quite enough from this range, but I think I just get a nice Hex down no matter what. Yeah, I can Hex this down. I have so much energy here that I can go for actually double Surf even. You know, Shadow Ball is enough. I'm not going to risk that somehow they have an Earthquake right now, and if I go for double Surf, they win CMP against me, when Shadow Ball should just do it. Yeah, nice, let's go. Dude, that was an interesting set there. Honestly, quite a bit of play for our Jellicent Victory Bell core. Gator was able to at least catch a move, although we caught a different move than I thought I was going to. But 4-1 to start out with Spring Cup. Not too bad. Victory Bell's putting in quite a bit of work, I gotta say. What does that get us up to? 2361. Alright, let's keep it going. Next opponent, let's see. Executor, very good battler. Maybe he's using an Executor, you never know. Okay, it's going to be a Trevenant lead. That is not an Executor. Who wins this matchup, actually? It looks very even. Like, the problem is our bait move on both sides is a Grass-type attack, right? So, we likely are just going to go for Seed Bombs and Leaf Blades back and forth. But I think that's fine, because I win CMP. Oh my goodness, dude, people are crazy. People are just insane. I don't know why they are not shilling their moves. Maybe I should be Sludge Bombing. Maybe I should be single-moved Victory Bell, though. It's hard to say. Yeah, we shield the Shadow Ball, that's not bad. We get a full farm down, so we have a lot of energy for the backline. Whatever wants to come in. Oh, Lapras, wait a second. Do I not just get 2 Leaf Blades here? And then I tank the energy on my Jellicent. This is looking pretty good for us, as long as we don't get Psywave down before the next Leaf Blade. I mean, even if we do, I think I'm fine. Okay. That's, like, slightly suboptimal. I will admit. I don't love that that happened. But that's fine. We see a Tentacruel come in here, which is another one of those Pokemon that is fine to see, but a little bit awkward. I do wish I got that Leaf Blade off, though, right now. Just putting that out there. 10. Okay. I mean, man, I can't shield this, but I can't not shield this, I think. It's an odd spot to be in. Because, like, if I don't shield that up, then I'm in a really annoying position where they can just farm me down, and then there's like a 2-on-1 for my Jellicent in the backline, and that sounds so obnoxious. They threw a move on CMP, though. Is that going to be a payback here? It is. Okay. I can't switch. That's sad. Oh, honestly, though, wait, just getting this move off is pretty helpful. I was thinking maybe they'd catch on their Lapras, but they didn't. So it's going to be down to Lapras to try to, like, I don't know, somehow knock out my Jellicent. It probably needs 3 Sparkling Arias plus quite a few Psy Waves here to be able to knock us out. This is where landing that Leaf Blade would have been really helpful, though, right? Because Leaf Blade probably would have put them into range where I could guarantee that 1 Shadow Ball would be enough. Honestly, Leaf Blade from here probably would be enough straight up. Oh, man. It's going to get close. These Psy Waves shred my HP. I don't love where this is going. Big Sparkling. I think they have us, actually. I think they just straight up have us here. That's so unfortunate. If I got that Leaf Blade, I thought we would. I'm going to be so honest. I thought, guaranteed, we'd land the Leaf Blade. Yeah. We get the Shadow Ball and the Surf at the same time. They're just going to CMP us here. Wait. We win CMP? Okay. I actually did not know that. That's amazing. So, I guess Jellicent is actually just insane, and we should not have been even remotely worried there. Let's go. Next battle. Let's see. Victory Bell into Shadow Gyarados. Huh. I don't like this. Shadow Gyarados is actually kind of scary, because they can outpace us to the first Aqua Tail, which, like, I'd have to shield an Aqua Tail if they threw it, but they're not actually throwing. Do I ever, like, just win the 2-shield straight Acid? Because my fast move is Stab. Theirs is non-Stab. I might be able to. They built up to a Crunch. They could have access to, like, Twister if they're running that in this season, too. But yeah, just Aqua Tail makes a lot of sense. Alright, we'll go for the Leaf Blade again, because, I mean, at this point, I'm a D-Gen Victory Bell user, right? This is what we do. Big Leaf Blade. One of the biggest Leaf Blades you'll ever see. Oh, okay. Well, I'm happy that thing's gone. Okay, we're not giving a farm down to a freaking Astonished Mawile. Although, maybe I should have, because, like, if I'm being honest, my Jellicent doesn't want to see this either. But they also just let me throw first, which is really cool by them. They did not have to do that. They're at 6. Maybe they're baiting a player up, actually. I thought they were just going to Vice Grip me. 7. I would imagine that it's going to Vice Grip here, but, like, if they play rough, I don't want to be in a spot where it's really hard to knock this out. What if they pup us? Okay. Well, they have a lot of energy on that Mawile, but they're only at a power-up punch right now. Okay. 6, 7, 8. I should have, like, gone for a catch there, but I think that's fine. Because now Jellicent just built up a ton of energy, right? I normally wall the charge attack pressure from the Mawile. 10, 11, 12. Like, if they get a move on Mawile anytime soon, that is, I wall the energy. They could have the funny attack, the play rough, but they're only at 3 right now. They only have a power-up punch. 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. I think we know the play here. It's going to be wait just a second, see if they come in with that Mawile. And go, oh, you know, I probably should have gone for a Shadow Ball against this. This is healthier than I remembered. But maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter at all. Okay, hopefully I'm not throwing. If I'm throwing right now, I'd be so sad. No, we're good. Victory Bell's just too insane at this game. I should have Shadow Balled, though. I thought the Mawile would be in, like, single Surf range. Bit of a miscalculation by me. But it's fine, because we then recalculated with the Victory Bell that we just win the game, which is amazing. We got our next opponent here. Let's see. It's going to be Shadow Victory Bell into regular Swampert. This is an odd spot to be in. If I had Razor Leaf, I would be laughing so hard right now, but I don't, right? I'm just stuck on measly old acid, which is not going to be able to do quite as much work here as I'd like. With that said, I still win CMP and pace evenly with them. So, it's not a bad spot for me to be in. It's just like, are they actually on Earthquake here? I don't think so. I think they're on... Well, I think they are on Earthquake, potentially. But I don't think they're ever going to throw it. Yeah, big Hydro Cannon. Alright. So, what do we do here? That's the big question. Do we, like, ever try to catch a Hydro Cannon? I think we might. Okay. Do we switch when they are likely to switch here? Because I think they're going to try to catch a Leaf Blade on something in the back. Which is a pretty smart play. Yeah, nice. I don't have Ice Beam here, unfortunately, but I don't think that matters. I think we still force a lot of energy out of this Togekiss, and we're not that weak to the Swampert, right? That Swampert's just kind of a sitting duck in the back line. I think I probably lose this CMP. Like, it's IV dependent, but you need a pretty attack-weighted Gator to win it, to get both Hydro Cannons off. And I'd be pretty fine not landing both Hydro Cannons here. I honestly would be fine with a farm down against this. Yeah, I get a nasty Jelly farm down. Or, I guess if they let me throw first, that's also fine. Because now, I mean, that Swampert, if it ever comes in here, is just going to be forced to throw energy against us. 4. Okay, so they do have back-to-back moves once again. What could they have in the back that wouldn't be good for my Victory Bell to see? That, like, going for the Leaf Blade immediately wouldn't be fine against. Honestly, I don't know if there's anything. I'm just going to Leaf Blade here. Let's just knock this out. I think that was a CMP. I don't think they swapped. So we should be able to have destroyed this thing. It should be gone from our screens now. Yeah, goodbye, Swampert. And in the back is, I guess, the second Toga dude. Okay, I was just gonna go for the Sludge Bomb here no matter what, because I'm pretty sure that Jellicent has quite a bit of play into this Pokemon. I was not expecting the Toga, double Toga backline. We'll take it, though. Alright, next opponent. We'll see Shadow Victory Bell into Klefki. How is this? I honestly don't know. I'm doing a lot of resisted damage here, but, like, I outpace the Klefki, and I have a lot more efficient attacks against them than they do against me. So potentially this isn't that bad. We actually see an alignment throw. Instant foul play by the Klefki here. Really cool Pokemon. It's a Steel Fairy type, right? Which is going to be a decent core breaker against a lot of teams you're going to see. Like, it's kind of core breaking me right now because it also has Astonish, right? Astonish being a move that my Jellicent doesn't really want to see. But if I get rid of this thing, what are the odds that my Jellicent in the back are going to have, like, a bit more play? I feel like Jellicent in the back is going to be happy once this thing's out of here. They're at 4, so they do have another foul play. But they have to throw an alignment here. Actually, no, they don't. I'm a liar. Oh, they let that go. Alright. I wish I could reach an acid. Or a Sludge Bomb, rather. Not quite able to. But that's fine. Leaf Blade's still going to do way more than it should. 4, 5. Instant Aura Sphere. I'll let this go. I feel like they're trying to, like, bait out a Jellicent with this Pokemon. Oh. They have their own Jellicent in the back, actually. I don't love seeing that. Unless, like, we get a no-shield on a Crunch. Which they might not expect. Oh, nice. Okay, that's huge. And a defense drop. Okay, that's also helpful. I think I just shield this up, because I want the Shadow Claw damage no matter what. It's almost certainly a Surf. Oh, it's a Shadow Ball, so they're actually 4 away from their next move. I think I Shadow Claw down in time. Okay, a little bit of degen out of its accent here. Okay, I do feel a little bit bad about that one. The Jelly in the back could have been a little bit problematic, but landing that Crunch, like, I don't think I needed the debuff to be in a good spot, but it didn't hurt, right? But, like, landing the Crunch, that's why we're running Crunch on Feraligatr. It's just so nice for all of the ghost types. I guess specifically the Jellies. IV Pips, our gatekeeper. Let's see what he's going to be doing here. Seeking on the lead. Don't love Seeking on the lead, I'll be honest. I'm going to switch out. But, like, we have play there later on if we need to. But I can build up a lot of energy on my Feraligatr, and we should be in a kind of playable spot depending on what he does here. Likely just a Drill Run, but it could be... what's it called? An Icy Wind. Not enough for a Mega Horn, though. Yeah, okay, he's staying in here. Oh, interesting. He tries to catch on Galarian Weezing. That's a bold play. Is this a shadow? I think that was a non-shadow from the damage we were seeing there. Yeah. 3, 4. Was that a CMP? No, 5. So he's at a sludge right now, potentially. I can get some shields down, and if shields go down, we know that Victory Bell's not anywhere near as bad into that guy. Or, you know, honestly, if he throws energy this early, which, I mean, he had to throw energy pretty quickly here, but, like, if he throws energy, what if I just come in, like, 1 shield farm down with my Victory Bell? Because I don't think he gets to 2 Brutal Swings. He's 3 away from the next one, and even if he gets that, that's not the end of the world for us, so we'll see. Big Sludge. I mean, honestly, do I just stay in here, though? Because I don't really want to switch, but maybe I should switch. No, I switch. Oh, my goodness. Well, that just one-shots, I guess. Why? What did they think that was? What? Okay. Well, we're in a pretty good spot. 7. Okay. Well, we come in jealous in here. We get to 2 serfs, and I think we win the game, right? We should be fine. Like, Togekiss is playable into Jelly, but it's not that great. 8. Just in case it's on Dazzling Gleam, I will shield this up. That is an idea to run in this meta. Okay, just Side Shock, so they're at 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so they're at 7 right now. And as we know, that means they're at 2. So 3 away from the next. I'm going to instantly surf here, because I don't think they're ever going to expect me to throw in bad timing. And yeah, we do land the move into the Togekiss. This should guarantee the knockout. And that Wheezing at this point can't knock me out with a Brutal Swing from this range. And also, they're just in fast move farm down range as well. So, like, this game should be pretty over. Nice. Alright, look at that. That's going to be a 5-0 set. With Shadow Victory Bell of all Pokemon. I do feel a little bit dirty using this thing, because it honestly, unironically, it was so strong today. I don't know why it was able to put in so much work here. But we got a friendship interaction with our good friend Pips. Trying out a Seeking team. Seeing a lot of Seekings today as well. Wasn't really expecting that, but Seeking able to fight back a little bit against the grass types with that Peck and Icy Wind coverage. Let's cash that in. What does that get us up to? 24-25. Oh no, there goes our Qs. Man, I mean, Shadow Victory Bell was just unstoppable today. I mean, there's some Pokemon that can kinda counter it, right? Togekiss and Polion, they have ways of dealing with it, but Victory Bell is not hard-walled either way. This Pokemon just feels really strong right now in the meta. Give it a go if you have one lying around. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.